Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for yet another match of the Dubai Sevens. This one is a big one. It is going to be South Africa taking on Ireland, which is going to be a very exciting game. We got to see it last week, and now we get to see it again. South Africa, if they win this game, they will move themselves up to, I believe, a 20-match winning streak. So they have been on fire at the moment. Great Britain on fire up against Japan. They have been able to get themselves a nice lead of 31 points to 7 with 3 minutes left in that fixture, and I feel like they might be able to score themselves maybe one or two more. Paddy Wiggin has said now we wait for this side as well. I feel bad with the fact that there is such a long window in between some of these matches that we have been covering now. It's sitting about 20 minutes or an hour or so between them, and also GT Box as well. Says Paddy Wagon. Also stroke the like button while we wait, lads, as well. Says Russell, yeah, the man. If you are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It is hugely appreciated, all the support you guys have been showing on these live streams. We have only got 2.5 minutes till this game is over, and then we are straight into the match with the undefeated Blitzboks. They were able to get themselves the gold medal for their last match, and or last series, I should say, and that was up against USA in the final. USA, they actually just snuck a last-minute win up against Kenya. That's going to be the try to Japan there with 2 minutes left in that fixture now, so they're doing decently for themselves to try and keep it going, maybe cut that deficit down to just a little bit lower than it is already starting to become. But anyone who is wondering what other live streams we have got on today, it's a good question. We have got about 7 others that will be coming up. 70 cents of the Irish, I'm all in as well, says Jay. I mean, maybe. Who knows? That's the thing. They would be paying a lot, the Irish, to be able to win this game, but they are certainly a side who are capable. If they can put it together nicely, maybe they do make it quite close. We have got the hey in the chat from Melly Hills. Welcome into the live stream. It's great to have you all here once again. Like I mentioned, plenty more games. Did you see the Great Britain versus Japan? I am watching it at the moment, mate, and it is a good kick from the sideline from Japan there. So now the score at this stage, 14 points to 31 in this one. And does anyone have an update on the Blitzboks who got stretched off 2 weeks ago? I believe that is Duplessis, isn't it? And I don't actually know what has happened with them, but I know that they had a couple other players who were also on crutches at one point, and the commentators were mentioning a little bit earlier on, like, their side is getting beaten up at this stage. South Africa, they're always going to play a physical game, and that is why so many injuries could be kind of lurking for them. And they're wondering whether or not with this desert heat in Dubai, maybe that will wear them down on a later stage. Of pity we didn't play Ireland in 15s this year. We would have shown them what rugby is really about, as well, says S-Bok there in the chat. Tell you what, that is a series that I really want to see. I want to see Ireland taking on South Africa. And then I guess while we're at it, we might as well throw in an England versus New Zealand series for the rugby as well. We have got there the South African flags there, but also the Irish in it there from Sebastian Sagan for both sides in this one. Hopefully it is a high-scoring one. At the moment, Great Britain looking like they're trying to break their way through for one last try of this match, and it looks like it's going to be happening for them, or is it? He's dragged down short of the line. It's gone backwards, and Japan now have got this ball back for themselves once again. 20 seconds left of this picture, and it's going to be the penalty for Great Britain once again. But yeah, the schedule that we have got at the moment after this match, we have got the game at 1:14 a.m. That will be Fijiana taking on Great Britain's in the women's sevens. Then we have got at 2:24 Argentina versus Fiji, Kenya versus Canada, USA versus Australia, and then closing it out with South Africa taking on Great Britain. And then just to top it off as well, we have got the game between the Bulls and the Sharks in the Rainbow Cup. So we are going to have plenty of action happening, that is for sure. So if you are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. But at this stage, it's going to be another penalty to Japan. It seems like maybe they might be able to get themselves maybe one more try here, depending on how it goes. I think Great Britain would consider kicking this ball out. And now, once again, it is going to be in the hands of the Japanese number 8. He has already scored himself a try. That's another penalty. At the stage, Great Britain just penalty after penalty. They may end up with a card here, although it wouldn't make too much difference due to the fact that we are after the full-time whistle. But I'm hoping this game between Ireland and South Africa, both sides are able to get themselves a decent amount of points, because Ireland, they're one of those sides, they're right there. And if they can have a good performance here, maybe they push themselves through to a guaranteed spot in this quarterfinal rather than kind of relying on the points differential, because 2 wins in the group stage does mean that you do end up through to the quarterfinals. Oh, that's a big hit, but that's going to be the try there for Great Britain. And that will be closing out the game Right. Can you guys hear me at the moment? I think you guys can hear me, but you cannot see me, I believe, which is weird. Hopefully you guys can still hear me here. Because I seem to have the thingy, it's moving, but it isn't moving type thing. Rather strange. Hopefully my camera will turn itself back on in a short moment. As I am kind of just sitting here in the darkness while we wait for this one to kick back in. But that game ends and Great Britain able to get themselves a decent win. Hey, we're back. Yeah, why can't we see you as well? I have no idea. I think it was because I have got myself a new capture card and it decided that I wanted to use it to record my face. See or hear, not see as well, says Russell. And yeah, we can hear you. And are you in Fiji also? I know that Big Ass Sport, I think I heard that he was having a few technical difficulties overall, but we are back. Tell you what, anytime it goes like that, like the screen pretty much ended up going slightly black, like in terms of my preview that I can see. And I was like, oh no, not another copyright strike. Surely we haven't done this again. But now it is going to be South Africa. They will be taking on the Irish. I'm excited for this game. And yep, as well, says Johan there in the chat. So now we are ready to go. Ireland, they are a side that are dangerous. When they do get going, they will be hoping to get themselves a nice big win here up against the South Africans, but it's going to be tough for them. That is for sure. We have got there, David. David, as Sekere, all welcome into the live stream, mate. It is great to have you here. Visa, Davids, Pretorius, Duprea, David, Soyas Wapi, and Van Vick will be the men who are out on the field. Did you see that last conversion in front of the post from Great Britain that he missed as well? I did not, but I guess it was one of those ones. They had already won the game and they have secured themselves, I believe, a spot in the quarterfinals. But Jack Kelly, Andrew Smith, Zach Ward, Jordan Conway, he was a player who was mentioned earlier on that I am going to be looking out for. But yeah, the Blitz box at the moment, they are in phenomenal form. And I wouldn't even be surprised if there is a difference between these two sides of maybe around that 20 to 30. We have got their Bok too dangerous as well, says Mike. Yeah, just phenomenal outfit in very good form. Like I mentioned, 19-match winning streak at the moment for the South Africans in the sevens. And that man, Selvin Davids, he has certainly been at the forefront for them throughout those wins that they have been able to get themselves. But now this game is about to get underway, ladies and gentlemen. South Africa taking on Ireland for the second match for both of these sides in their pool play. South Africa 50 and Ireland 30 as well, says Dylan. That would be a very exciting game to see if we did get to see that many tries. But now Selvin Davids, he will be kicking off this one, deciding which side to go. I believe he will be going high to the right, but they are going right to left here for the Springbok 7 side. It has been kicked off nicely. Taken, though, by the Irish and now wrestling his way down to the ground. It was Ed Kelly now out the back line. I believe this is actually the first Irish game almost that we've covered other than maybe one other, but now good run forward here for the Ireland side. Straight in a breakdown, not able to get the ball, though, for the Blitz box. Good step there. I'm looking around for Jordan Conway. I believe he's going to get the ball in a very short moment if they do decide to go on the outside. Decide against it, though. Decided to instead take the contact there for Ireland through the hands of one of their players. A little bit of pressure building now for Ireland, but the Blitz box, Soyas Wapi right there to make the tackle. And Visa straight in the breakdown. Has he been able to turn it over? He has, but he got back to his feet there. And now it is the penalty to Ireland. We have got there South Africa for 50 points in this game. They were very close in that last game up against Japan. Got 48-0 in that one. Very close to the 50. Have we had a 50 yet? I believe Australia women's side is very close to being able to bring up. I think they've had 92 points in the last two fixtures, which is just an insane number. But Duprea here, he is going to be an important factor for South Africa. They need to make sure that they keep that ball moving quickly because Ireland, they've got a couple very quick players. That is a fly. What is it doing in here? But it is just chilling at this stage, which is strange. I don't know where the fly came from. Here's back. Bye-bye. See you later. But now it is going to be, it's a penalty there for Ireland. And once again, it is going to be the quick tap taken by them. They want to keep this one going at a frantic pace. It is once again Ed Kelly breaking through the tackle. Selvin Davids drags him down to prayer straight on the ball, wins the penalty for the Springbok 7 side. Now taking it quickly. Selvin Davids got the man with him. Soyas Wapi now back in his pace. He's going to be dragged down nicely though. And now once again, Van Vick running it back across field. Davids. Duprea, a little bit of a juggle, but it did go backwards still on the halfway line here for the Blitz box. On the outside, JC Pretorius scored 2 tries in the last match. And now taken nicely by Visa, just wanting to reset it. It's going to be now Ireland, though, who do win the penalty. No, it's not. He left his feet. And then come on, South Africa as well, says David. And hit that like button, subscribe, and click on the bell. Come on, Seb. Lift your game cover as well. Says Jay, there seems to be that rivalry there between you, doesn't there? But now 4.5 minutes left. It's a yellow card for one of the Irish players. This could be the moment that South Africa needed to really start to build their way forward. But Ireland actually finishing above quite a few of the sides in the last week's one. They did end up 7th. Uh-oh. That is our first yawn. There we have had Ward now. He is off the field for the next 2 minutes, and once again, a good attacking run there from Selvin Davis. Doesn't quite link up with Duprea, who has now got just that little bit more pressure, but JC Pretorius now has the option on the inside if he decides to use him. Hasn't quite, and it is going to be now JC Pretorius back in his space, steps nicely on the inside, tackled high, I believe it was, but now Dane Davids on the outside. Good step from Duprea, but he is dragged down nicely by Ed Kelly. Zoya's Wapi backs himself around the side, drawing past there for the South Africans. Just short. No, he's made it. And it is going to be Van Vick who was able to score it. I can't see Jay's comments as well. See Sebastian there in the chat. And Seba is a good bloke. We get along well as well. In the chat says Jay there. And that is going to be the try for the South Africans. I believe this will be an easy enough kick as well. So I will award them those points just for now. 7-0 to South Africa. And they did have the man advantage. And there he is. Couldn't see the previous one as well. See Sebastian there. But Sawyer's Wapi with a good drawing pass. Then from there, very close to the line there. Forward Van Vick. And then he was able to just wrestle his way over the line. And I'm sure you can't, mate, as well as Jay there. And that one, he has got it over. So now the score 7-0. Still 30 seconds left of that Irish yellow card. And they certainly do not want to have any more men go into the bin throughout this match. Or else it will be giving them those vibes of what happened between South Africa and Argentina. Although, to be fair, Argentina won that game when they did have 5 men out on the field. So perhaps the Irish, they need to get themselves a try before the end of this first half. Try, says Johan there. And the chat once again kicked off by Sullivan Davids. Getting plenty of height on it. Not quite taken nicely by the Irish, though. Was it a knock on? No. It is going to be play on. Kelly now on the outside. Passes it off to Kelly as well. Jack Kelly it was. The carry, Sawyer's Wapi trying to counter ruck. Not quite able to. And now on the outside, we haven't seen Conroy get the ball in hand yet, but it won't be too far off. Once again, Kelly, it is going to be the penalty to Ireland. And make sure your chat is set to live chat as well. Says it, Jay there, and hey, mate, says James Gorman. Welcome to the live stream, mate. Hope you're having a good night so far here in New Zealand. We are sitting 12:10 a.m. Our last live stream is going to be finishing in around 8 hours' time, which the more that I think about that, the more I realize that is a long time. But we are going to be up all night watching rugby, not just the South African stuff for the Sevens, but also the South African rugby for the URC. It is going to be the Bulls taking on the Sharks. Has been mentioned as if it was a test match, the feel in the room for that one. So I'm going to be very excited for it. But now it is going to be Roach now with this line out throw. Mark Roach for Ireland. They are currently only 7 points down, but they need another try, and they need it soon. Or they need a try, I should say. Taken nicely, Roach now receives that ball once again in the hands of the Irish, just inside of their own territory here, trying to get the draw and pass going. It's working out not too bad for them, getting close to the touchline, though. Very good cover defense from the blitz box. JC Pretoria, trying to get that one now once again. It seems to be a little bit back and forth at the moment for the Irish, just trying to find that gap. Sawyer's Wapi normally very solid with his defense. Zane Davids tackles him high. It's going to be the penalty as well there. We have got there. I'm so soaked. These games so fun. Thanks for the live stream as well, says Kevin. No worries, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. Anyone who does want to watch these games live, if you are outside of, I believe it is New Zealand is one of the only locations. If you're outside of New Zealand, you can watch this game on the World Rugby YouTube channel. Taking the quick tap there for South Africa. Van Vick now. Going to be nice inside border. Zane Davids, JC Pretorius now on the outside. Duprea, has he got the pace? He's only jogging at the moment. Seems as if he is going to be possibly looking for the offload. Not quite able to find it now. Out the back line here, where is Sawyer's Wapi? Selvin Davids, one more now on the outside. And Sawyer's Wapi, it was forward. It was forward there. And Coffee Kiakaha as well in the chat from James Gordon. Yesterday, my sister's friend started a play fight at school. So these two cool teachers let them fight, and me and my friends were just sitting on the roof. What school do you go to, James? You're allowed fights. You're allowed to sit on the roof if you want to. Where is that school? I was going there watching them as well. And Duprea just toying with them as well, says Mike. He was indeed. And I don't think they expected not to be able to score that try there, the blitz box. And in the end, it was just a little bit too far forward from Selvin Davids. Forward out of the hands, and Sawyer's Wapi not quite able to score a free skill as well, says Jay there. But Selvin Davids, he doesn't normally put too many feet wrong. That is for sure. He's a very talented player. He was one of the stars for them in last week's Dubai Sevens. But now it is going to be Ireland who have got the scrum feed. 20 seconds left in this first half. They don't seem in any hurry here. Seems like maybe they will just try and close out this half, kick it into touch, and look forward to the second where they will only be down by 7. But the last thing they can afford to do here is give away another try for the strong South Africans. Ball has been fed in. 5 seconds left, and it looks like he is just going to be wearing down the clock a little bit, galloping sideways. And now going short side, it is going to be Ireland Are they kicking it out? No, it looks like they're actually, yes, now they kick it out. I was going to say, it looked like they were going to run it out for a second there, but instead now they have kicked it into touch, and 7-0 is the score here, South Africa over Ireland. The teacher is teacher 8 also is cool. It is he, and he plays GTA in that as well. Says James Gordon. GTA, very fun game, although I believe the remastered series have got mixed reviews. I got San Andreas, I believe it was. That flyer's back. But I got San Andreas with Game Pass, but I haven't actually played it yet. Although my Xbox, for you guys who do know, my Xbox blew up a little while ago. And it is going to be a little bit later on tomorrow that I will actually be getting it back. There's a giant inflatable bull in the crowd, and everyone's just running into it. That is Dubai Sevens. Well and truly summed up there. And also, thanks for covering Sevens, bro, as well. Says Mike, the legend. No worries at all, mate. I absolutely love watching the Sevens. It's so fast-paced and so much fun. We can see there that they are doing the running of the bulls there in the crowd by the looks of it. There is a whole heap of people. They are running from a giant inflatable bull that is running along. You don't see that anywhere else other than at the Sevens. And there we are. It's going to go for sure. And mixed reviews is a bit kind of, yeah, a lot of people, they didn't like it too much, GTA Remaster. I haven't actually played it yet, but maybe we'll try and get that going. Alongside Dead by Daylight, we are going to be trying to get it going tomorrow with me, Isaac, George, and Daniel, perhaps. We could get going. And also we have got the Let's Go Xbox tomorrow, as I said, James Gordon. Yeah, it is very convenient timing because Isaac has come back from Christchurch. So he did come down, and luckily the day before he was about to come down, which was actually this Thursday, which was 2 days ago now, since we are sitting Saturday here in New Zealand, they actually rung him that evening and were like, hey, it's ready if you want to come pick it up. So it is perfect timing, because or else we probably wouldn't have had it back down here before Christmas. Also, we need GTA 6 ASAP as well, says James Gordon there. But 7-0 at the moment for South Africa. And with all these kind of things going on, it's nice, comfortable home. It's nice, a comfortable home watching you, Hamish, keep us busy as well, says Kevin. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's been so much spare time recently in terms of just around the world. But one thing that I always want to do is be able to just, like, have a conversation with you guys. Because, like you mentioned, some people probably with the lockdown restrictions and everything like that, they may not get to talk to too many people, which is why anyone who does want to put anything in the chat, just go for it, because we always read it out and we just end up, like, we've got an awesome community on this channel who just all seem to just have a common love for rugby and sport in general. It's going to be interesting this second half, though. I am curious to know whether or not South Africa can extend that lead, or maybe Ireland can get themselves a try. They haven't really been inside of the 22 of South Africa yet, though. They are going to the short side, out to the right, and it is going to be a hard chase. I haven't seen Jordan Conroy get the ball yet. It's going to be taken nicely there, just outside of his own 22 now. Selvin Davids fires it back across field. Who can get the breakthrough try? It's going to be kicked in behind by South Africa. There was something I mentioned a little bit earlier on, the fact that they don't mind trying to use a little bit of that kicking game as well. Now it is going to be two South African players right on the minute. It's a penalty to Ireland there for the player leaving his feet. Sawyer's Wapi very close to getting it back for them. And also my cousins from Auckland are moving to my town at the end of 2022 as well. Says James Gordon. That'll be pretty awesome for you to be a little bit closer to your cousins. This one is going into touch now for the Irish. To be honest, this game is a lot closer than I was anticipating. I felt like, yes, Ireland were going to fight, but I thought that South Africa may have been able to win it by, I think it said 20-30 at the start. Was just watching a bit of football last weekend and could believe that those players fall in moan and pain for the slightest touch. We would love to get them on a rugby field as well, says MC Luna. Yeah, I know that it's like, because even, I know people have been talking a lot about the officiating in the rugby recently, but hopefully they do find that consistency, because I know that in football there is a few situations. That's going to be a good run. Saying Davis there dragged down on the 22. We will come back to that in a very short moment now. Selvin Davis once again going to be going back across field. It's Grobbler on the outside now. Nice cutout pass to Sawyer's Wapi. Steps back on the inside. Great defense from Ireland, though. They just keep on stopping them. Grobbler now with the wide cutout pass. They have got numbers here. Running up the middle. Selvin Davis. Oh, that's a knee. Possibly for one of the Irish players that's just blown out. We have got their theatrics for the ref as well, says Mike. And also we have got there, I got most of my friends leaving next year to Boys High, so I'm going to go in 2023 with my cousin as well. But that is a brilliant try for us. Selvin Davis, I don't know why, but this light makes me yawn all the time. I don't know whether or not it's something to do with the color or the LED light being bright or something, but anytime I have this one, well, just untouchable, yeah. Selvin Davis, he was my player of the tournament last week. I just said that he had played that well that it was going to be very hard to deny him. South Africa now sitting 14 points ahead of the Irish, and try in the chat from Sebastian and now Selwyn Davids. This could be the 20th win in a row here for the Blitzboks. They are on fire in not just this game, not just Dubai Sevens, but also the matches that did take place before that. 3 in a row competitions they have been able to win. Could this be a fourth? Definitely, with Fiji looking like they might be missing out on the quarterfinals, which is something we didn't think we would see. Aaron O'Sullivan there taking that one nicely, and now Zach Ward fires it back. Ireland trying to get straight back into it. Good offload on the inside now, though. Wide cutout pass, and it's looking good for the Irish. Now back into the hands of O'Sullivan. Aaron O'Sullivan, 40 metres out, and Ireland look like they've got an extra spring in their step. They seem like they know that they need to speed this up and find the try line very soon. Good defence so far from South Africa. Oh, decent sell. The dummy, though, still going forward here. He just keeps on running. That was their number 10 in this one, Teddy Kennedy. Now at the back line, drawing pass. Nicely done here for Ireland. One more down the wing. Oh, his foot was in touch. Wasn't quite able to keep himself in. Even your York out is beating Ireland's score at the moment as well, says Jay. And also, man, I'm going to miss him. But I'll reunite with them as well. Tell you what, the word yawn just gets you, doesn't it? It was saying, yeah, the foot was on the touchline. Very nicely done by the touch judge there. And nice run of play, says Mike. And they are certainly going to need a little bit more of that in the later stages of this one. Brown will have the line out throw. Currently 15 metres out from their own line here, the Blitzboks, with 3 minutes 20 on the clock for their second last game. They have only got one more, and that is going to be up against Great Britain. But if they win this game, they are going to be going through to the quarterfinal once again, and they will be sitting pretty comfortably in doing so now. It is going to be Selwyn Davids on the outside. Soyaz Wapi now trying to back himself. Good tackle, though, from Conroy to be able to drag him down. Is that an Irish penalty? Yes, it is. And now because of it, they will be able to take this quick tap, and they are deciding to really attack the line. Going for the corner, scores it for Ireland, and they have been able to get it now. And that was Terry Kennedy who was able to get it. So now we will add that to the try scorers list. It's going to be tough for them, though, because that is a very tough kick right next to the touchline, but very nicely done by Ireland as well. I catch your game stream sevens game early. Fiji versus Argentina match. Congrats, winners as well, says Kevin. Yeah, that's going to be a good one. That is coming up, I believe, in about an hour and a half or somewhere around those lines. And it is going to be a very exciting game to see. We've got the Fijiana women's side coming up very soon as well. Try Ireland versus Hamish. Ireland seems to have some catching up to do. They've just nailed it, though. They got the 5 points, so they are leading now 5 points to 3 in the Yawn versus Hamish counter. 14 likes with 23 watching. We can do better as well, says Russell. So be sure to leave that like if you haven't already. It is hugely appreciated. Also, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are going to be back with plenty more sevens, including quarterfinal matches, semi-final matches, and, of course, the almighty final, which the Springboks side, they will probably be in. And my sister's friend started to play fight again and was forced to go fight this guy, so I dropped him. Then the teacher stopped the fight as well. Says James Gordon there. That one is going to be a little knock on from Ireland. What they cannot afford at this stage is to give the possession to South Africa. 1 minute 40 left on the clock now between these two sides, and it looks like the Blitzboks might be able to close out this game with a win. How close will it be, though? That's the big question. Ireland, I feel like they still might have one more attack in them. South Africa also, though, I think they are going to score one more try, and Costa Rica as well. In the chat, says Jay there. But now, just using up a little bit of the time on the clock, and All Blacks 7 still out, it says MC Luna. They are indeed January, late January it is, that they are going to be in Malaga, I believe it is, in Spain. That is when New Zealand and also maybe Samoa, England, Scotland, and all those sides are all going to be breaking back off to themselves. Now it's going to be Selwyn Davids. Beautiful step on the inside, then the outside. Got Soyaz Wapi with him. No, it's not Soyaz Wapi. It is instead going to be Brown, and he has been able to drive forward. Grobler now fires it back across JC Pretorius. Beautiful ball. And South Africa, it is going to be Visa who has been able to score it. And now they have secured their spot in the quarterfinals. All time off. Oh, okay, they're making the subs. I was wondering whether or not that was going to be like a turn-down try. It is a try. It is a call from the referee. It's just that he wanted to make the subs as well, but very nicely done on the blitz box, I should say. And now it is going to be AAE in the chat from Mike. And also, I'm going to stop talking about my coolest week I had. As I said, James Gordon, because is school still going, James? I think there's one more week, isn't there? If I'm not wrong. Now it is going to be the kick here. It will be Ronald Brown trying to line up this one, and he has been able to strike it nicely. So now let's score 21 points to South Africa and 5 for Ireland there. 30 seconds left in the second half of this game, and then we are going to have another little spell, and then we are back with Fijiana taking on Great Britain in the sevens for the women's side of it, which will be very exciting to see. But Visa able to score that try. Gave one of the Irish players a bit of a cuddle. I believe it was Aaron O'Sullivan. And then also it went from a bit of a cuddle to a bit of a push. And then from there now it is going to be kicked off by the South Africans. My 70 cents is done for as well. I had Lake Day this week, and what a fight, man. That was fun as well, says James Gordon there. And the chat, Lake Day. I feel like that is something that we probably don't have here where I am, but that is because we don't have a lake nearby. The nearest lake for us is probably like 3 hours or so away. So I guess that might be why. But now it's going to be the scrum called by the Irish. Can they get themselves one more try? Points differential is important. They can't afford to have another try scored against them, though. So maybe they just look to kick this one out and regroup for the next stage. Because at the end of the day, there is also Great Britain in their pool. So they will be very much aware of what they need to do to try and get through. And if they can't get through as one of the top two, they will certainly be trying to get through as that third place qualifier. But now it is going to be driving forward once again there. It's going to be Comerford. Now going to the short side. Good hands there from Aaron O'Sullivan, who was wrestled down by Grobela. Another penalty. And we went to the lake, and me and my mates went deep and diving as well. There's James Gordon there. See, I feel like the most extreme thing we probably did in terms of water was probably going to a pool. Oh, no, we did paddleboarding at one stage, I do remember. But now it's going to be Argentina. That's not the team who's playing it as Ireland. And now they are using their backline nicely here. Driving forward, it is their number 13. Spins out of the tackle. Got the man on the outside here. Great step from O'Sullivan using his feet like they were just absolutely jelly. Now he's going around the side there. Just 1 meter short here for the Irish. Round the side, and O'Sullivan scores it. And they get themselves one last try in this fixture. 21 points to 12. 21 points to 10 with a kick to come, I should say. And we are going to add that one to the try scorers list. But Aaron O'Sullivan, he's been playing very well throughout this match for Ireland. We hardly even saw Jordan Conroy, which is one player who I was very much looking forward to seeing. Was a great run forward from, I believe it was, is it Keith Waite? What is his first part of his last name? I know it's Waite, but I'm not too sure. It's Postlethwaite. If I'm not wrong, that is a hard name to say. But then on the outside, O'Sullivan, he got the quick step in going round. I believe it was Davids. And then from there, did end up joining the breakdown, scoring himself the last-minute try for the Irish. And also, I want a remake of Camp Laszlo as well, where Laszlo is a wee camp monkey as well. Says Sebastian there, and there's probably going to be real fights at Boys High, no joke as well. That one, brilliant kick there from the touchline. And now the end score in this game, South Africa 21 and Ireland have finished with the 12. So a close game in some regards. 9 points difference between the two sides there. But yeah, nonetheless, I think we are almost at the end of this live stream. So anyone who is wondering what our next live stream is going to be, it is going to be Fiji versus Great Britain. That is kicking off at 1:14. So we will be starting at 1:10 for that one. And then we have got a little bit of a spell and then 3 in a row for a few more sevens actions. And how's it going, Amy and chat as well? It's going very well, mate. Very excited to see the sevens back again. That was all I could think about all week. I was like, right, we know the pools now. What is the draw going to be? And as soon as the draw was announced, I was excited. I didn't expect Fiji to have lost their first 2 games, though. That is something that definitely threw me off big time, but they now need a big win over Argentina. We will be keeping you guys updated with that table because France and Spain are going to be playing off at 1:36. And from there, we will know exactly what Fiji need to do to make it through as maybe that third place team. Or if they can't do that, they'll be missing out on the quarterfinals. Thanks, Hamish, as well. And I'll be there for the next stream as well, says James Gordon there. And thanks, Hamish, says Mike. No worries, mate. Thank you all very much for tuning in. If you are new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. They are showing the points table at the moment as it sits for Pool B. And it is going to be very interesting to see whether or not it does have a little bit of a change. But USA versus Ireland is going to be the next game of the women's. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. And I will see you all for the next one.